What white folks won't say. Part 1. The Enemy. Earlier tonight, I pinched a kid for the candy in his pocket. A month ago, I sentenced another one of those vagrant boys to a decade of hard prison labor, 1 year for every ounce of grass the deputy planted deep inside his back pocket. And all of us got our cuts of the crop when we delivered, human goods to a pipeline that's always been ready to smoke another. Next week, I'll start building a high-rise condo that prices out the families who've lived here for generations. But now I'll think it's cool to live here, because I wrote about it once, and because I read about it once, a drive-by blurb in a magazine. It feels more real here, I think I said. Last year, I mocked your protest, shook my finger at how unnecessary they were, cursed your bodies for blocking my evening commute, complained that you set fire to my favorite CVS, and ignored the long line of blazes I'd set to your everything. I'd only wanted you to be peaceful, go home, keep quiet, and suffer in solitary confinement, like you were always supposed to. 2 weeks back, I held a man by his throat and squeezed just to see how dark he could get. Only, when the light never came back to his eyes, my partner just dimmed the high beam on his camera, cried out at the sight of an invisible weapon, and told me to shoot, for self-defense, from a dead man. But it's okay, because just this morning I got me a new job. The new boss couldn't even pronounce the other guy's name properly, so he never could call him in for an interview. How convenient for me. Boss man said I looked more the part anyhow. This past summer, I sat in your church and let you pray over me. Let you ask your God to smile upon me and my devilish grin, to calm my wild eyes. The whitewashed Jesus never did answer this time. So I left you backstroking in pools of crimson, had you drink it through the holes in your chest, just like Christ. I made you martyr, painted mural with your blood upon a canvas of stained glass, like it's always been sanctioned by paper law. And I've gotten away with this for centuries. No laws ever could bind me. Justice must be as deaf as she is blind, because she's never turned my way, even as I taunt her with cloaked pleasantries and shotguns. And as the writer and eraser of histories, all the lives, names, days, and deaths have all begun to blur. Part 2. Ally. I've always been easily scared. Scared of what my mother will think when I bring home a lover darker than the dirt and just as capable of giving life to everything. Scared of what my friends will say once I introduce them to someone unlike them. They'll be polite enough to smile at his kind eyes, but what will they whisper about me behind his bronze back? I've never wanted to become the one who counts his black friends on 2 hands held high as a shield against his own racist thoughts. But I'm scared of surrendering my whiteness, pledging my privilege as sacrificial lamb to a ceremony that's only ever hungry for another body. I'm scared that if I become equal, my high horse will trot off without me, and I'll have to walk the rest of the way, just like everybody else. I'm scared that I'll be seen as a fraud, scared that maybe I am a fraud, another enemy with a smiling face, an imposter trying on another mask made of well-intentioned black woes, one for someone else's approval. I'm scared that if I admit my fear, I'll have another black hole just as big as a bullet burrowed into my tepid heart. I'm scared of what the cause will actually demand of me, what comforts it'll ask me to let go of so that others can stop bleeding out. But I'm too scared to stop holding my breath so that everyone else can breathe.